Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show. Every week, you can have the conversations you've always wanted to have about the films you love.
Shut up!
We're gonna get you. Not another peep.
Get rid of your distractions and prepare yourself.
Then lock your door. 5, 6, gonna crucifix.
You got a big surprise coming to you. You're not going anywhere.
Black Christmas, I gave you my heart. The very next day, you stabbed me in the chest with an ice
in the chest.
pony thing.
Creature was stirring.
Glass pony thing. I don't think it was ice.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Cult Classic Horror Show.
Welcome, folks.
This is Danny Bonin here.
Scotty Bonin back with you.
We are
The Blood Brothers.
and
The Rob.
Wow, that was weird. Me doing
going on 3 days. 3 days in his new Blackhawks jersey.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Just let
Don't
it
even wash that.
all seep in.
No pants, no underwear, just a mesh jersey with air coming through and keeping his nipples
right.
nice and alert.
Get some good presents there. Got the
yeah.
Blackhawk jersey. It's been a good Christmas.
Is it mesh? Is
Good
it
and busy.
Does it allow flow through?
Oh, of course. I gotta
Wow.
have flow through, man.
Nice. Is it? How long is it? Does it go down to your knees?
No, it goes down to the crotchular region.
Oh, okay. All right.
Nice.
It's meant for the big and tall.
Yes, of course. Which I am. Well, I'm big. I'm not so much tall.
Yeah. Well,
How tall are you, Rob?
I'm 6'1".
Oh, okay. Well, that's sort of tall.
Yeah,
Not with
not-
you two.
I'm
You're like
6'2".
6'3".
Yeah. Well, I'm about 6'3".
I'm 6'2", so yeah, we're about the same.
We're stepping up. 6'1",
Yeah,
2, 3.
We're all about the same.
Right
Danny's
there.
a little bit taller than both of us. So yeah, we got. Well, yeah. So you guys had a good Christmas.
Christmas time. We still have to celebrate 2 Christmases,
Yeah.
so we're not done yet.
Yeah, it's busy with performing Scrooge at the dinner theater. So our immediate family, with my mom, our mom and stepdad, they don't have time.
No one gives a shit.
Yeah, but anyways, we're celebrating Christmas with them tomorrow.
Oh. Anyways, Black Christmas.
Black Christmas.
Gave you my heart. Which we did. Our band did play a Christmas show last week, and we covered the first minute of that song.
Yeah, it was freaking
It's pretty
badass.
awesome. It's pretty hilarious because then we just go right into the grindcore.
You guys should just check out Poolside at the Flamingo on Instagram, and you'll see
or
you'll see a video,
Facebook.
or Facebook for that matter. If this movie doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight. Gotta love the and then there's the picture of the girl with the plastic around her face. If this picture doesn't make your skin crawl, it's on too tight.
And then they subliminally flash blue waffle pictures.
Yep. Then yeah. But then the other one was 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, and all through the house a creature was stirring. Period.
That's
Yeah.
That's it.
A creature
right.
was stirring. All right, let's get into Black
Christmas 1974, the original. I have not seen the newer one.
I mean, either.
I will probably watch it now.
Yeah, I will too.
Have you seen the newer one, Rob?
No, I have not seen. Although I've heard some controversy over people between this and I guess what the remake was 2006.
Yep.
So I've heard some people read some people squabbling about this in the group. But I'm going to come right out and say it. Just go ahead and let everybody's hate wash all over me. But I did not like this movie.
Yeah.
I didn't mind it.
I just compared to all the other ones we watched, which I was pleasantly surprised. I knew what Krampus was. I knew I would like Krampus.
Yeah, Krampus.
But Silent Night, Deadly
was
Night
awesome.
So far, Krampus isn't really a cult, or it isn't really a classic movie.
No,
it will
not.
be. It's very, very good.
Yeah.
But Silent Night, Deadly Night is the win for me. Out of all these Christmas movies, it's the win.
And I fucking missed that one. I had to be in Hawaii.
I actually like that one the best too. It was a pleasant surprise.
I will watch it probably this coming week.
But I didn't mind this one. I think it was had some stuff in it. You know, it also didn't have some stuff. And so there's some ups and downs for me. I don't know. Rob just likes to cause hate and start drama.
I think I like this one better.
I don't think this was the worst movie I have like that we've done, but I actually had my hopes up for this one because everybody talks such a big game about this one.
Yeah.
But
Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb gave it a great rating.
I guess Rob isn't all hateful. He does like some movies. Have you seen that guy posting in a cult classic horror? I can't think of the name now, but he posts a lot, and it seems like a cool guy. And he talks about a certain movie, and then he'll do like a whole paragraph on the movie and say why he loves it and who did it, and obviously he knows knows a lot about the directors. Have you seen that?
Yeah, and then I usually just cut in like, it sucked, and you suck as a human.
So he's like the opposite. Like every single post, I wanted to comment, but I didn't want to seem like I was starting drama or be a troll, and just be like, "I'll
just be a troll. I'm a troll all the time. It feels great."
I want to say, is there any movie you don't like? Like, do you just love all these movies, or do you just not post about movies you don't like?
Maybe he just doesn't post the ones that he doesn't like.
And then there's the opposite people I can't even stand. That just every time you post something in there, and there's no person in particular, but there's just people just hate. Like they're in a horror group, but they like hate every horror movie. Oh, that movie sucks. Oh, that movie sucks.
And then they'll like some artsy, foreign language film or something. It's like, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Block, ban them, ban all of them.
But this one was pretty good. It had our girl Margot Kidder in it from Amityville.
Yep, man, she's all
the crazy as ever Margot Kidder.
Although she was in this before Amityville and before she was Lois Lane. Didn't we look her up that last time? She is crazy. Wasn't she crazy? Going crazy on a talk show?
Oh, she was like legitimate. Well, no, the woman from The Shining.
That was Shelley Duvall.
Yeah. But like Margot Kidder really is legit crazy too. Like I think she faked her own death.
Really?
All kind of crazy stuff.
And she's almost 70, 69 now.
She looks like the girl from Temple of Doom, but it's not her.
Yeah, she does.
That's I can't remember her name, but no, that's not the same one. But they do look very much
almost
alike.
Exactly alike.
Margot Kidder's also in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. If you guys didn't know, if you remember her from that,
I don't recall that.
God.
Don't recall that.
But Olivia Hussey was the lead in this.
She was cute.
Next to Margot Kidder. She was.
Back then.
I thought Margot Kidder was too, but I like Olivia. I mean, I thought Olivia Hussey was definitely.
She was played in Romeo and Juliet before this, and that's how Bob Clark, the director, found and knew of her and wanted her in the film.
Yeah.
Which Bob Clark, by the way, A Christmas Story and Porky's.
That's right, Bob Clark, and he wrote this. He wrote this as well. No, he just produced it and directed it. He rewrote
like half the script. I don't even know if he got a writing credit for it.
A. Roy Moore was the main writer on it.
So, but Bob Clark did rewrite like half of this thing. Mm-hmm. Originally, it was called The Babysitter, the original screenplay, The Babysitter, and it was obviously with kids and a babysitter, not a sorority house. Mm-hmm. And Bob Clark changed that around and changed a couple other things around too.
There was another script title called Stop Me too?
Stop Me, yeah, that was the first title.
The first yeah.
And then they released it, and I guess I'll do these facts first at the back of my notes,
might as
and then
well.
We'll come back and do the talk through. Was released in Canada, Black Christmas, did really well, and then Warner Brothers bought it for distribution in the U.S., and they wanted to change some things. They wanted Bob Clark to rewrite the ending, which he refused to do. And then they also wanted to change the name because it was around this time when all these sort of black action films were coming out, like Shaft and whatever else. And they didn't want people to get confused, and so it was called Silent Night, Evil Night. Mm-hmm. And it totally bombed.
Yeah, and Warner Brothers like, okay, we'll go back with the original or with Black Christmas. And it was filmed in Canada as well, in Toronto. And Bob he actually found the house. He was scouting and found the house in Toronto, Canada, and which is a pretty cool house.
He said something about he was exhausted. They had been looking at tons of houses, and he finally came across this gem that was off some side street in Toronto.
Yeah,
and now
hey, look at that house over there, bud.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bob Clark, I don't think is Canadian. He was in Florida where he started doing exploitation films.
There's a lot of Canadians in Florida.
I know what.
I hate to burst your bubble on that one. We are infested with Canadians.
Are you really?
They all come down here, for the winter months.
I guess
which is
so.
like
That makes
10
sense.
months out of the year in Canada.
We don't see him in Colorado.
Yeah, we don't. Not too many.
Bob Clark, Florida. Before this, did Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, which I have not seen, and another movie. I forgot the fucking name of it.
Sounds like an ABC after school special.
Oh yeah, Children Shouldn't Play.
Do your
with Dead
children
Things.
play with dead things? Tune in tonight at 9:00 to find out why they shouldn't.
That's you. Yeah. So this was like one of the earliest Canadian horror films, and ended up being a huge release for them. I think it did the second most box office in that year when it was released in Canada. Yeah. So, anyways, Bob Clark modeled the house mom, that lady who hides alcohol everywhere.
Yeah, the Mrs. Mack,
Yeah.
which she was. Was she like the leader of the sorority house or something?
Well, they called her the house mom.
Okay,
do sororities have that anymore? I don't know.
know.
Just some kind of old lady who wishes she was still in college and gets drunk with the girls and probably, sleeps with college kids.
Yeah. I mean, the reason she had to hide her bottles everywhere was that because she was afraid all the girls were going to take it and drink it for herself, or she was trying to hide the fact that she was drinking.
She's a raging alcoholic
She had one in like the toilet, at the back of the toilet seat.
with depression issues.
Yeah, one inside the book there. And every time she drank it, she like had to bring it to her lip, like right away. Anyways,
That character was sort of written after Bob Clark's aunt. Not so much her personality, but the fact that she hides alcohol everywhere.
Yeah.
Said his aunt used to do that.
her name is Marion Waldman.
So, and originally it was going to be cast. Betty Davis was going to play that part.
Oh.
And couldn't do it for some reason. Don't know why. You always hear that about these fucking movies. It's like, Daniel Day-Lewis was supposed to be in this, but and Tom Cruise was supposed to play Michael Myers, and
Yeah.
fell through.
Yeah.
So
Show me the evidence that any of this was supposed to happen.
Yeah, I know. I was actually reading that Olivia Hussey only took this role based upon advice that was given to her by her psychic. She was kind of like this psychic and like was in love with like Paul McCartney and all this, but so she took the part just because the psychic said that it would be successful for her career. So then she took the role, and it ended up. I guess the psychic was right.
I guess because she has. I looked at her IMDb. She hasn't really done much since that.
Yeah,
I mean, she's done a lot, but nothing that is really
nothing that's too notable. I was looking too. It's like she was in It, the TV series It, in like 2 episodes, or because I guess it was like the miniseries. So she was in it, but not a big role. I don't think. So, but that's the only thing I recognize profoundly.
Nothing really sticks out.
But anyway, she did a pretty good job
sort
with
of
this
like Rob's boner from his belly.
Exactly.
Doesn't really stick out.
Just enough to like just enough to like hang up on the door frames and stuff like that when I'm trying to get in and out.
I figured. Yeah. Can you see that thing when you pee?
Of course not. It's all about it's all about sound.
I just know like when you're hitting
I just kind of like no, whether or not you're going to hit water, or you're going to hit you're hitting the bowl.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've heightened your sense of hearing now because of it.
Yes, exactly.
So if we ever get blinded or live in an age of darkness, you'll be ahead of everybody.
Get ahead.
That's what I'm planning. I'm definitely ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
When it comes to that kind of stuff, I've got bat-like sonar.
Oh yeah.
$671,000 budget for this film, which was low budget at the time. Which is not a bad budget today for an independent film.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to pay for all that shit like film and cameras. And I mean, you do have to pay for cameras. But the film was always, we've talked about this before, is always a huge
And like
cost.
Margot Kidder's cigarettes and liquor.
God, I know.
Of course.
Man, of
Everyone's
course.
cigarettes. They probably had, 5 cases brought to the set each day.
Oh, yeah.
Just to keep everyone going.
That was back in the day, though, man. Cigarettes were probably like 27 cents a pack.
Yeah. And if you didn't smoke, you weren't cool. You weren't allowed to.
Oh, if you don't smoke now, you're still not cool.
No, of course.
It's just too expensive to smoke now. They're like $8 a pack.
But if you vape now, you're definitely not cool.
No, but I can't afford to smoke. I mean, it's just because I can't afford to smoke anymore.
Yeah.
It'll mess with your running career.
Yeah, well.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm the next Usain Bolt, right? That's what I'm really worried about here.
Don't you have a treadmill?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not training to be a triathlete here.
So
I could walk on that treadmill and smoke at the same time if I really wanted to.
So you have that thing, and you just have yourself a nice brisk walk every now and then on that thing.
I have a yog. I have a nice yog. That's how it's pronounced.
Have you made it to the point where your one of your feet isn't touching at all at any given time? Have you made it to that point where you're sort of like at least trotting?
No, I'm not a fucking gazelle, Danny. One foot is always on the ground at all times.
Well, then you're not safety. There's when you jog, there's a slight millisecond where they're not.
Where they're both feet
it's a safety precaution. Okay.
Okay. You're probably all good, and you put a little wristband on and everything, so that when you go flying off the back of that thing, it stops.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The safety off.
The safety cord.
Yeah. Tie up your running shoes. Do you have some running shoes that you always put on when you get on that thing?
What's funny is I'm your house slippers in the movement.
I'm a shoe fanatic. I've got a closet full of running shoes that I don't run in.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I'm obsessed, dude. I got too many damn shoes.
I hear you, dude. My wife says you need to throw some of these away. I'm like, but those pumps that are from like the 80s. They look like crap. Oh
man, I wish I had a set of Reebok pumps.
Yeah,
I would be killing it with Reebok pumps now.
I got some pumps that she wanted to throw away.
How in the hell? And you still have Jinkos too?
Yeah.
Like what the hell? Like,
you still have them?
Well, I have like a pair of Jinko shorts that I have in like a glass case.
No,
and they're nice and pristine.
I throw away shit early and fast, and sometimes I look at old pictures. I'm like, what did I do with that thing? But most of the time, I'm happy about it.
Or that shirt that you gave me. Oh, I wish I had that shirt that I didn't give it to you.
Yeah,
he's given me a couple shirts that he wishes he had back.
I don't know about
like that. Like those nice flannel ones that you gave me.
They don't fit me because my chest is too bulging.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
So I hand them down to you.
The Abercrombie long sleeve. Yeah.
What size shirt are you in for your bulging chest, Danny?
Large.
Well, I usually wear large T-shirts.
Medium.
But medium? What the fuck?
No, I was joking.
I usually wear large T-shirts, but if I get that was like a large flannel.
Yeah.
From some foo fucking modern amusement company from
PacSun.
From PacSun. And they make everything slim fit, so their larges are not.
It's because they sell their shit to vegans.
Yeah. It's a little tight on me too. Like the button, like in between the buttons, it opens up and you can see my chest a little bit.
I'll have you know, Rob, that I'm getting to the point where where some things are large and some things are XL because of the shoulder and chest area. So there you have it.
There you have it.
Yeah, there it is. And forget about any long sleeves ever fitting me, no matter what size they are. I have
you got damn gorilla arms?
I do. I have
your arms hang down to your. You could stand straight up and scratch your kneecap.
Oh yeah, I have gorilla arms for sure. Well,
that's why you got to rock 80s style. You just got to push the sleeve up. Just push the sleeve up a little bit.
Every long sleeve I own, I roll the sleeve up. I have to.
Just push the sleeve up and get frostbite from your forearm down.
Push the sleeve up so that it's all crinkled up into your short sleeve shirt that's over the long sleeve.
Yep, you got to have the short sleeve under, or the long sleeve under short sleeve under long sleeve.
Oh God.
And then but see, because you got those gorilla arms, you can go and get like a sleeve tattoo just from your mid forearm down.
Yeah.
And nobody will ever know.
No.
You just push the sleeve up just enough. Just enough.
You mean
damn.
mid forearm up. You mean like to my shoulder?
Well, no. I mean, just down because you're going to push your sleeve up above your wrist.
Oh, so people will think I have a full sleeve.
Yeah, you just need like the opposite. You just need like no. You just need like 4.5 inches of sleeve tattoo. Like that's it, and then people just assume.
I also need to wear like a white undershirt under my button ups, but leave like 3 buttons undone.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Or just leave the whole thing undone with your white shirt underneath.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyways,
so I have another fun fact here.
I have a lot of them.
Well, here. Well, you go first.
Well, go ahead.
All right. Well, okay. So there's a couple celebrities that this is their favorite horror movie, and actually Olivia Hussey met Steve Martin on the casting of Roxanne, 1987 Roxanne. Although Olivia Hussey did not get cast in that, and Steve Martin did. So sad for her. But Steve Martin saw her like, oh my God, Olivia, you were in one of my favorite films, thinking it was the one that she's most known for, Romeo and Juliet, 1968. But lo and behold, it was Black Christmas. Martin claimed to have seen it around 27 times. And also, this was Elvis Presley's favorite horror movie. His tradition every Christmas was to watch it. Now his family keeps the tradition, and they watch it every year. Pretty crazy, huh?
Well,
So,
wow.
Yeah, you guys are mesmerized by that. I know.
Well, apparently Eddie O'Brien, who was a popular Australian actor, who I have no idea who he is, was supposed to play the detective instead of John Saxon, who, of course, is the dad from Nightmare on Elm Street.
And Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Yeah.
He's the best.
But so they had this guy, Edmund O'Brien, who came in, they hired him, he was going to play it, but little did they know that he was developing Alzheimer's, and so they pick him up from the airport. He's sitting in a wheelchair as he comes out of the airport, but then he stands up to greet them, and they're like, oh, phew. And then they take him to a restaurant to have a meal, and I guess he just seemed like he was not quite all there, and stands up in the middle of the meal. I'm going up to my room for a moment. I'll be right back. And they're like, well, we're in a restaurant. Like, this isn't a hotel.
Yeah.
And so he didn't know where they were. And he was supposed to shoot 2 days later in the freezing cold at night in a park, for that park scene where they're looking for the child.
Yeah, the child that got killed.
And who was it? One of the producers, who was a younger man at the time, had to go up to this renowned Australian actor and tell him, look, we can't, we're sending you back. We can't use you because you don't know where you were even at.
Because you have dementia and you're crazy.
And he, broke into tears and said, I can do it. And he was like, no, we're sending you back. And so they literally, 2 days notice. Now, they said 2 days notice they contacted John Saxon. When they interviewed John Saxon about it, he said that they had called him and cast him, but then called him later and said, oh, we've made a mistake. Sorry, someone else has already cast this role from production. We don't need you anymore. Then called him back days later saying, we need you like today. Can you get on the plane today and be up here? And of course he did it and got off the plane straight to wardrobes, got off the plane at 10 p.m. straight to wardrobe, straight to the park, and was shooting that scene at like 2 a.m. or something.
Oh my God.
In the park. Yeah.
Edmund O'Brien, you said? Was the other guy's name?
Eddie O'Brien.
O'Brien.
Edmund O'Brien. Did you look him up?
Yeah, I see. He was in the Wild Bunch. Yeah, he was definitely a 60s actor. And he looks kind of familiar. But that's funny. Wow.
Alzheimer's sneaking up on him.
Need to go to my room. We're not in a hotel.
They probably didn't share the whole story.
Don't tell me how to do it. Don't tell me how to live my life.
Yeah.
Dad. Oh, Dad.
How do you know I don't live here at the airport? I don't have a room at the airport.
He just stands up and shoots his arm straight down. Here, take this. Shits his pants right in front of everybody.
What do you think about them apples, huh?
Oh God, we knew this. No, we're just. Oh God, where's Pleasance? Where's
Pouch boy? Pouch boy.
I need to take lessons from Pleasance in his colostomy bag.
Oh
Goodness.
So yeah, they ditched him. John Saxon.
John Saxon was awesome.
Yeah.
I love him.
They did use some fake snow on this, although it was not nearly as painfully obvious as in Jack Frost.
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
where they were literally just using like fake snow you buy at the store, or like that, or spider webbing you buy for Halloween.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what it looked like.
That's what they had. This one they used foam, like firefighting foam, basically, and sprayed it around. But luckily, the day before they shot some of the exteriors on the house, they did get snow that morning, and one of the I don't think she was a producer. Maybe she was a producer or a costume person showed up 5 a.m. in the morning to the set location to make sure no one made fresh tracks in the snow around the house, so they could film with the real snow. So, but I actually couldn't tell while watching that there was any fake snow.
No, I couldn't either. And it was filmed in the wintertime in Canada.
And I did notice a lack of snow, like towards the end, especially when the cop cars are coming, and there just wasn't much snow. But I didn't notice any fake snow. There's no like snow carpet flipped up when they walked over it.
Yeah. I know.
Like
Jack Frost was. That was bad. Really bad.
Filmed in Canada, but if you watch, they've planted American flags throughout the film to try and disguise the locale, because they figured it would sell better internationally and in the U.S. if it was thought to be in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it seemed like it was in the U.S. during.
Yeah, because we don't care if all those Canucks get killed.
Yeah,
they had to make it relatable.
Oh man,
they had to give us some kind of attachment.
Of course. Yeah, this actually, I was reading it. This film was regarded as being one of the first slasher films, as opposed with Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out at the same time, and they paired it along with A Bay of Blood, Psycho, and A Peeping Tom. And then, of course, we had the ultimate come out with Halloween 4 years later. But director Bob Clark considered it to be more of a psychological horror film than a slasher film, he thought.
And Bob Clark does claim, at least if I was hearing this right from the documentary, that John Carpenter did approach him saying, "Are you going to do a sequel to this?" And he said, no. And John Carpenter was like, "Well, what would you do if you did a sequel? Because I love this movie." And Bob Clark said something like, "Oh, maybe I'd probably have the killer be captured, and then the sequel would start where he escapes from capture and back into the town, and no one knows about it yet." And so he claims that Carpenter then went on and made Halloween.
Oh.
I don't know how true that is.
So Bob Clark gave him the idea for Halloween, huh? Could
have been.
Well then, so we all know now. No. So Bob Clark's a genius
and then Carpenter was like, and what would the soundtrack be like? And Bob Clark said, I don't know, something like I don't know. I can't do that. Sound like an idiot. And then maybe
something like that.
Something
he just does it with like his lips. Actually,
and you know what else? Deborah Hill gives great head, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, who's Deborah Hill? I'll put you in contact with her. Yeah. Actually, the composer for this film, Carl Zitterer, stated in an interview that he created the film's mysterious music by tying forks, combs, and knives onto the strings of the piano in order to wrap the sound of the keys. So, hey, So Zitterer also stated that he would distort the sound further by recording it sound onto an audio tape and make the sound slower. So the sound was okay in this, but I didn't really notice it too much. That much. Forks and combs and knives.
Yeah.
Yeah, now we know.
Little do we know, Rob, that all this story is untrue, because what really happened with Halloween is Rob Zombie went back in time, gave the whole layout to John Carpenter so that he could then, make his sequels, and then jumped back forward in time.
Yeah.
I hate that man. I hate that man with such a passion.
Lordy,
people just keep poking me. They just keep poking the bear.
You have been recorded as saying that Devil's Rejects is not that bad of a movie.
I don't recall
We've
ever saying such a thing.
Or he said it's probably the better one, the best one he's done.
Just the characters and okay, like
I think I laid that out more or less as like if you had to pick a venereal disease, like out of all his movies,
you have to admit that Devil's Rejects is a
basically
good movie.
all AIDS.
It's a good movie. I think what happened is he achieved what he was meant to achieve in Devil's Rejects, and now he's just rehashed it a ton of times. We just stick with Devil's Rejects. It was a good movie. We got all those characters in it. Bill Moseley's amazing, and we're good to go.
Bill Moseley's okay.
You know, why don't you? What do you got against Bill Moseley now?
He's just playing the same character
Rob,
he did in
Oh, here we go.
Billy Bob.
Here we go.
Or, you know,
He looks like
Dogs
Billy Bob Thornton.
will
Yeah,
hunt.
he does look like Billy Bob
shut the
Thornton.
hell up.
I caught some of Bad Santa the other day. But anyways, Rob is like not with movies, but with actors. Every single fucking actor you ever bring up, besides Kevin Costner or Steven Seagal, is the worst actor ever.
No, Jean-Claude Van Damme is very good. We all know how I feel about. I can never remember his name, but I like him a lot.
Oh,
The guy from Split.
Yeah, James McAvoy.
James McAvoy. I got like a huge crush on James McAvoy.
Yeah, I know you're looking at pictures of him lately.
Ted Hardy's not bad.
Yeah, I like him a
yeah,
lot. Yeah. Tom.
Bruce Campbell. I like Bruce Campbell.
I love Bruce.
I just rewatched some.
Robert Redford's not bad. I like Robert
We'll get to
Redford.
that.
I don't know. It's just some of these super B-rated actors. They're super B-rated actors for a reason.
That's some of them.
I mean, I just like Bill Moseley. Like I don't get. I don't understand why anybody would follow Bill Moseley. I
don't follow him. I just think he did decent in Devil's Rejects and has a couple.
Well, I think a lot of people did good in Devil's Rejects except for Sherry Moon, who was just horribly obnoxious in them.
I think it was.
But the woman that played Stifler's mom, she was really good. The sheriff is awesome. The mustachioed sheriff is great.
Yeah.
Captain Spaulding is great. And then Rain, whatever.
From
the guy,
The Office.
Yeah, he was awesome in that movie.
Oh, he was
Devil's Rejects?
No.
Yeah.
That's House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, House of a Thousand Corpses. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
He would have been good. He would have been good in Devil's Rejects if he would have lived. But the whole there are some good things in Rob Zombie movies. I will say that, like that whole speech with the sheriff, he got all pissed off and
the clown
about
thing?
about Elvis, Elvis, Aaron Presley, and all, and that's good, but it gets overshadowed by so much other crap that it just becomes unwatchable to me.
I do like Bill Moseley in Devil's Rejects and some of the script writing though, with the whole Hoss, I think this tip of my gun smells like your wife's pussy. Hope it doesn't rust the barrel.
God.
Hoss, I think you still got some of your wife's pussy stink on the barrel of my gun, or on the edge of my something. Hope it doesn't rust the barrel.
I'd say like Rejects is probably the best that he's done, taking into account all the other horrible things.
Yeah,
but I never said it was good.
Oh my God, you're good.
Oh, speaking of pussy stank, I don't know what that
it made me just freaked me out.
That means it's time for the horror halftime. All right, we
Did you guys do a Christmas song? Last time for the horror halftime.
Not only does he not hear, he doesn't even listen to the podcast. Did you hear that, Rob?
I was watching Black Christmas on the airplane. Okay.
Didn't even listen to the podcast that
and
you missed.
It was just it was crazy busy.
I'm sure it was.
I listened.
Nothing but powdered sugar and sunsets.
Yep. The only one I ever did miss was the Amityville Horror, and I listened to that one. So this is only the second. Last week was only the second.
We do have a winner this week, and our horror freak of the week is Brett Peterson.
Brett Peterson. You can't mess that name up.
With his meme about the awkward sex scenes in Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh,
being
yeah.
just as awkward as The Room. Because we had a long discussion about that, too.
See, I saw that meme, but I did not see the movie, but I need to watch it this week.
So, Brett, you are the Wiener. You are the horror freak of the week. Message us on the Facebook page, and we will send you some goodies. Still getting rid of these stickers. I did just send a shirt because Rob freaking called me out and made me do it.
It's because I still haven't got my poolside stickers.
Well, I'll send you the poolside stickers.
You said that 2 weeks
as soon as I get my Shining canvas.
I don't know if that's a deal.
Don't send the Shining canvas.
Don't send the Shining canvas. That's too much.
I'm going to send the Shining canvas. That's what I'm going to do.
So,
you don't need to do that.
So yeah, message the page. Give me your address.
I'm going to send it. And it's going to be a spite gift.
We'll send you some decals.
It's going to be.
All right. Cool. Horror Freak of the Week.
Yeah.
Brett Peterson. Also, so you guys get your memes in for next week. What the fuck? New Year's is on Sunday? Yeah. So yeah, we'll just be normal schedule. Get your memes in from this movie for next week.
Yes.
Where we don't know what we're covering yet. We actually really don't. We will decide.
It'll be a surprise.
We will decide on. I don't know if we'll decide on the entire year's calendar, but at least a few months in advance, and we'll
of course,
let you know what's
if
going on.
we don't tell them today, that doesn't give them a chance to watch before we cover it.
I want to do Chud. I want to do Chud.
Well, maybe we'll see.
Cannibalistic humanoid underground.
We're not just going to let you decide, Rob.
Okay, let's just take a vote real quick. Like, who wants to watch Chud?
Who wants to cover John Wick 2?
What? I don't think that's in the horror genre.
All right, we need to get out of the halftime here. So
yeah, get those memes in.
Get those memes in.
Plastic wrap around the girl's face.
Whatever. Just get the memes in.
Chud.
And that concludes the horror halftime.
Okay, so we're going to watch Chud.
We'll see what happens. We'll see.
We have to tell the listeners what we're going to watch.
I don't know. Are there sequels to Chud? I've never even seen Chud.
I've never even know. I've never seen Chud.
I don't know how this is going to play out.
But I'm open to.
Is it available anywhere?
I have no idea.
Well, there you go. You haven't done any of the research.
Let's see here.
Here goes Rob promising a movie, and then when we go to find it, like Howling 7, and it's nowhere to be found.
Yeah, we can watch it on Amazon.
Chud. It's drama science fiction film.
Drama science fiction. It's out.
Damn.
American science fiction horror film.
It's not. Oh, it is horror. Okay, maybe
American
you know
science
what?
fiction horror film.
I'm just coming up with this right now. I'm not saying we're doing it, but maybe we should do a whole cannibal thing. We'll do Chud. We'll do like Cannibal Holocaust, and we'll do.
Why don't we do Cannibal
Ravenous.
Holocaust for New Year's then? Because I think that's a movie that everybody would want us to do anyway.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other cannibal movies. I mean, we already did Hills Have Eyes, but
yeah, I could do Wrong Turn. I guess.
I don't know if it's classic.
I don't know if Ravenous is in the same.
It's got Elijah
kind of
Dushku in
horror. Genre.
I don't know if Ravenous is technically a horror movie, but it is a really awesome movie.
Oh, I love it.
We'll see. Anyways, coming back. So that's all my fun fact notes. Let's just walk through this thing. Well, not the whole thing. Well, pretty much the whole thing. I don't have a lot of notes.
Yes.
But I did notice that the guy in the beginning, when we're doing the POV shot, probably breathes like Rob does.
He was breathing hard.
Actually, I know. This was one part of the movie that just pissed me off. Was you guessed it? You knew it from the beginning because they showed him like going up into the attic, like the first shot of the movie.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know. It just drives me nuts. Like even if you didn't show it, you would have guessed it. I think
that he was in the attic.
Yeah, but because it's just like, what is that movie? When a Stranger Calls or The Babysitter, Urban Legend, and all that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he's there, damn it. And it just pisses me off. And while he's on the phone screaming and yelling, how couldn't you have heard all that damn ruckus up in the attic?
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, he was making tons of ruckus up there in the attic.
Yeah.
When he's up there just somebody would have been like,
yeah, he's on the phone.
Something in the attic.
Yeah, I think he's upstairs, guys. I think he's upstairs.
I heard it over the phone, but I can hear it upstairs too. What's going on up there?
Guys?
I think he's in the house.
He was not quiet about it. I mean, he wasn't sneaking around at all.
Yeah.
They did build, that is the camera operator starting to climb the trellis, and they built a special harness body camera holder for him to wear so he could do that.
So the camera guy was doing it, not the actual
camera guy.
actor.
Mm-hmm.
It was just some damn bungee cords. All it's like, is this safe? Yeah, no, we're good.
Yeah,
just get on up there. You're a camera operator.
Yeah, the
Something
guy.
happens to you, who cares?
Someone had a grill in the back of their truck, and they were like, "Oh, just grab the bungee cords off that."
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Every time Olivia Hussey or Jess answers the phone, she's like, "Hello." She's like so loud and like yelling. Obnoxious. I'm like,
hello,
calm down.
It doesn't start loud.
Yeah,
she's like, hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, who is this? Hello. Like, calm down.
I hope Stella's not.
Calm
sleeping.
down. Yeah, I know. We just woke her up by yelling.
And so there's another part she yelled too. I think it's later in my notes here somewhere.
Yeah,
but. Did you guys notice anything else up in the attic there? And
I went to
anyone besides me?
Your pink
when he comes in the attic and he's looking around.
The horsey.
Oh God,
the horsey.
The horse is like. Is this a mandatory prop in 80s horror or 70s horror?
Yep.
I guess it's 70s into 80s.
I knew you were going to say the horse.
I didn't see a hobby horse per se. I did see a rocking horse.
Well, it was a rocking horse. That's what I meant.
I'm not even joking. This thing has just been painted differently a few times. It is the same horse from Prom Night and from The Howling Part 4, I think it was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Same horse.
It's in all three of the movies.
I mean,
now.
it was more featured in Prom Night, too, than anything else. But it was there in Howling 4. Which one was that? Was that in her shop? Is that? No,
yeah.
Was that? Yeah, it was in her little unique shop in the fucking mountain town that she was staying in.
Yep, that's right.
And now here it is, up in the attic. Of course, this was probably... Is this before all that? Is this before Howling? Yeah. Definitely was.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
So there he got its start as a little...
so this is the first one that
pony,
it was in.
At a young age. Started his career in Black Christmas. Moved on to probably Prom Night 2 and then Howling 4, I'm guessing.
So this stranger in the house, he is up in the attic, and he's quite he seems like he's kind of like a freak, like he's talking dirty on the phone.
I was just picturing Rob masturbating while he was talking on the phone to the girls.
I want to
but see, I would have been. I'm not so loud and dirty.
Really? I just picture you in the basement.
That's actually this movie actually showed on NBC under the title "Stranger in the House." Then it was deemed too scary for network television. It was pulled off the air. So he is a stranger. But see, that's one of the things. We don't know who the hell he is yet.
No.
And do we ever find out?
Not really. Well, then they have that weird random cussing Santa. Where it was obviously supposed to be sort of like a bad Santa thing where it's funny because he doesn't want to be there and he's cussing in front of kids, but I just was not pulled off correctly. He's just sitting there going, "Bitch, son of a bitch."
Yeah.
Fuck.
And he had the worst Santa beard of all time.
Yeah. He had the same beard. It was made out of that shit they use for snow like Jack Frost.
It was fake snow, yeah. Like fake spider webs.
Yep. That's what it was. Let me get next to my notes. I keep looking up.
We see the I guess the most iconic kill in this, I think, is the plastic wrap around the girl's face.
Yeah, well, just because it's there the whole time.
Yeah. She
doesn't really rot like she should, though. Isn't she there for 4 days or something? I don't know how long this span, or maybe it's only a couple days.
And what's her? Is she the daughter of Mr. Harrison, right?
Yeah,
she's the first one.
He's the one that comes because she didn't beat him.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
And she and the guy that plays Mr. Harrison kind of looks familiar too, but I can't put my. Claire. Her name's Claire.
I got confused because I wasn't paying attention. I guess I didn't really catch when he killed her, but then drug her up to the attic, right? Or was she up in the attic packing?
No, she was looking for Claude the kitty, and then
that's right.
Oh, okay, I missed it. I must have been.
And then they're in the closet
or something.
And then it's like one of those things you put over your dress to keep it from getting dusty.
Okay, she's in her room packing and starts looking for the kitty and goes up into the attic.
No, I think he had to have taken her up to the attic.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So he kills her and then drags her up into the attic.
Yeah.
See, how could he have done that?
I think doesn't it show him do it? Like he has it over his shoulder.
I don't think it shows you that.
Or maybe it was one of the other
All I know
girls.
is I was confused for about 20 minutes of this movie because I thought he had killed her in her room and left her in the room in a rocking chair.
That's what I thought too.
And all these people, like the cops were being called in and no one knew where she was. I'm like, they haven't even checked her fucking room.
Yeah, and she's sitting plain sight on a rocking chair in a room. That's what I thought the whole time too.
But then finally it went back to her like up in the attic, and I was like, what?
Well, you don't notice her until Mrs. Mack goes up there and pokes her head up there to find Claude again.
See, that's when I was like, what the fuck? She's in the attic?
And then she gets hooked, which that was a pretty cool kill. She gets hooked.
I don't know if that happened to anyone else. I just totally did not catch that she was in the attic after that.
I didn't either. Until after Mrs. Mack gets killed, it pans to her.
No, there was a lot of the way that some of these things were tied together, and that was another point. Like she's up in the attic, and the bag's over her head. One, how did he get her there without anybody noticing?
Well, yeah.
And then two, like the shot, I guess it's probably a crane shot where they see her in the attic window and it pulls and it drops down like, ooh, she's hidden in plain sight. There's difference between like hidden in plain sight and basically a beacon of a dead body.
Yeah, just chilling up there.
I mean, it's like the house is lit up with lights too, so it's like it's already drawing your eye. Who? And you got like an entire police force out front looking, and it's like
they have like a stakeout person out there,
and there's a huge window.
It's incredible. It's just absolutely.
Actually, they probably don't have the stakeout till after they find her, but still.
But they show a video. They show shots of out in front of the house of the big window up in the attic with her rocking in front of the window. Like, wouldn't someone just see that as they're walking by the house?
Yeah, I don't know.
But still, it was freaky.
It was a cool kill, and it made for a freaky picture and
Definitely.
cover. And it was a cool thing that she was there, and the cat was licking her and stuff, and that was cool. And which, by the way, was not a planned thing. They were filming the scene. Cat ran across, jumped on her lap, and started licking her mouth.
And the director got like an immediate hard on.
Oh yeah, instant erection.
Like, oh yeah.
Oh God, I love kitty porn.
Oh, I'm gonna tell John Carpenter about this.
He's got to put a cat in his movie.
So then, what the fuck was I going to say? My point was it was all cool, but there was like a lot of dead space then between that kill, and there wasn't a kill for like 30 minutes or something. It was just people looking for her and shit going. I mean, that they were looking for her.
There's a lot of attempts at trying to make this some kind of a dramatic thriller in certain points, like because there's so much stuff with the cops.
Yeah.
And then there was so much like humor breaks, like these like little inside jokes with the cops and stuff, and it's like you said, just draws it on. You're like, okay, it's been like 45 minutes and people are just wandering all over this house alone, and this dude's just up in the attic doing nothing, I guess.
Yeah. He takes a lot of naps.
Yeah. Did you guys? It seemed like the girl Olivia Hussey that played Jess had like a slight accent or something.
Oh, she did for sure.
I was like, what is she?
I don't know if she... I thought she didn't have it at first, and then I noticed it, and then there were certain words she would say, and I didn't think she had it.
It like came in and out. I'm like, what the fuck?
I don't know.
Yeah, it sounded like that.
She was pretty hot, though.
Yeah, she was very hot.
Although her hairline was a little weird. I don't know what it was doing, but still.
Yeah, 70s hairline.
And she did a good job. She did, and so did Margot Kidder. They're both great actresses.
I thought her boyfriend,
great actresses is kind of we're kind of pushing it here again.
I thought Kyer Dulea, who played Peter, I thought he was pretty good.
He's from 2001: Space Odyssey.
Yep, that's right.
So
and of course John Saxon
coming down off that.
And then he was supposedly wanted to be a piano player, and it was horrible, and they were judging him, and then he fucked it all up.
I couldn't tell while he was playing that if it was supposed to sound dissonant or if he was fucking up that much in front of those three guys.
Yeah, pouring sweat.
Yeah.
Like, okay. Obviously, he was fucking up because then he went and bashed it with a post thing.
Here's my note.
That was the other kind of useless part of this movie to me was the whole, is she or isn't she going to get rid of the baby?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And you can tell, and that's just the other part. It's like, it's fine. I don't really care what your opinion is if you want to make some kind of political statement, but they don't belong in slasher type horror movies. And you could tell, like, the writer and director were just drooling over that. Like, this, we're going to make a statement. These characters here, we're going to make a statement. This is going to be such a intense back and forth. It's like, no, nobody gives a shit.
Well,
nobody cares.
Yeah.
It just slows everything down.
They could have been using it because it could have been motive for the killer, even though it was the killing started before he knew about that.
Oh yeah,
but it could have been.
Yeah,
motive.
and we saw the killer climbing up into the attic.
Yeah, well,
it's like they sold out so much stuff in this movie.
It could have been motive for us to think he was the killer because
And she's the last one living in the house, and he's not going to kill her because she's carrying his baby.
But I do have the note of her yelling. I know we already talked about her yelling hello, but my note was yelling, "You have the wrong number." She yells it like 3 times.
You have the wrong number.
She's like, you have the wrong number. You have the wrong number. You have the wrong number.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 times in this film where they're obviously being harassed by someone on the other end of the phone, and they just sit there and take it. Like, wouldn't you just hang up?
Yeah. This is not appropriate
Even
behavior.
in the opening, in the beginning, they're all in a group there, and that scene is too long. They're on the phone for 2 minutes straight with someone who's just babbling.
I want to lick your pink.
Yeah.
Cunt.
At some point, you would just hang it up. You just hang it up.
He's a sick, twisted guy. Yeah, but they keep saying, you're not being appropriate. This is wrong. You're very disruptive. Like, just hang up the phone.
And then she has to play the hero at the end, and instead of leaving, and she has to come back with the fire poker and try and, save her friends.
Oh, yeah. Well, what I don't get, I guess if we're going to jump to the end there.
That was my next note.
Oh, really? I actually liked Margot Kidder's dirty mouth about the turtles that can screw for
I wonder
for 3 days.
I wonder if that's true.
And the zebras that have premature ejaculation. And so, yeah, I'm just wondering if that's all true because she's all drunk and in front of Claire's
Scotty's
dad.
favorite animal is a zebra.
You're
went
right.
to Africa, and I'm surprised you didn't try and jack one off.
Well, what makes you think I didn't? Yeah.
Well, you're asking the question.
Yeah. I'm just seeing if you guys know. I'm quizzing you.
He's timed it before already.
So, but this is where we get her killed. So she's all drunk and goes up and sleeps in the bedroom.
And this is the only kill that we see. You'll notice in this film, all the kills are sort of suggested. Then you see the aftermath. But this is the only one we actually see in progress.
You see the hook a little bit.
Well, you see the hook come towards her, and then we don't see her till later with the hook in her chin or whatever.
But this is we see the unicorn like icicle thing.
Yeah, and when I was watching the documentary, they called it a glass knife. So I don't know what was what. He picked that thing up, and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" I was half asleep, but mind you, but he picked it up. I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And I didn't know if it was ice because then the other little ponies or whatever unicorns broke like they were made out of ice, and I just don't know what kind of decor piece that was.
Yeah,
apparently it was made out of glass. But it still doesn't help.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool little kill. I actually did notice the first 3 stabs, they put close up on the ice knife, and there was no blood on it. And then the last 3, there was blood on it finally. But it was cool. It was a cool kill as she was moaning for each stab that was going in her.
Yep.
But
I like to mix the sex with the violence. Just
yeah, and apparently she has asthma too because she freaks out and has asthma.
Has that asthma attack, and then I just didn't. The ending. I mean, he's dead. We didn't really see how that all went down. She must have stabbed him with the poker. I don't know why is she passed out. Did she kill him down in the basement and then she was shocked and passed out?
No, no, you mean Peter?
Yeah, Peter. Because it's leading us to believe that he's the killer.
Yeah,
he was upstairs. He was blah.
And first of all, before that, the police come and all this stuff, and she's sleeping, and they all just leave her in the house alone and leave. Like, what the fuck? Why would you leave her? But then all that stuff happens.
Yeah.
and you think he's the killer because she's running down the basement. But no, before that, she closes the door on him after she sees Barb with the knife in her.
Dead.
All
and
dead.
Phil was the girl's name?
And Phil, yeah.
Phil.
And Phil, how'd Phil die?
I'm going to name my daughter Phil.
I kind of forgot how Phil died. She just went up there to check on Barb.
Her body was just up there with Barb's. I didn't know that we saw her die, really.
Yeah. But yeah, then
Rob, you're not helping at all.
Dude, this movie, it was just, the whole basement scene was so strange with, like you said, is she passed out? Is she knocked out? And she comes to, and then just, it's like
he's dead.
Yeah, and it boggles my
And then she's
mind.
going to the hospital.
And I mean, if they just would have shot it to where you really didn't know, and if they maybe would have got rid of some, because like you could obviously tell this dude who's calling is a lunatic.
Yeah,
like he's not upset about the baby. They just really kind of the way they shot it and sold it out. There was, well, you knew what was going on, so there was none of like you could say like the thriller aspect or or a who done it. Mm-hmm. And there really wasn't enough murder and mayhem just to be like a chaos type movie, like House of a Thousand Corpses or Devil's Rejects or The Hills Have Eyes, because there wasn't really a lot of deaths in this movie. Mm-hmm. So toward the end, I was really starting to glass over. I was really like, and then the cops show up and they're like, oh, we're going to sedate her, or she's in shock. And she's in bed, right? Passed out upstairs.
Yeah.
Well, the cops show up
but they never checked like the attic or anything, right? They're just like, oh, you killed this dude. Cool.
And they're like, we better leave her alone. Yeah. We better leave her alone and this and that. But yeah, then actually, one of the freaky parts going back was when she looks and you see his eyeball in like the door crack there. Yeah. That actually kind of got me a little bit. But what I don't understand is he keeps saying, "Hi, Agnes, it's me, Billy." Like, is she Agnes then? Because he's crazy and just is calling her Agnes for no apparent reason at all. I think that's probably what it is.
Is there like a cut of this movie that's out there that's good? Because
it was fine. I think it was
people
fine.
seem to really like it. Maybe we just maybe I watched a different cut than other people.
Fine. I thought the movie was pretty good.
I thought it was good.
So, I thought it was good. Obviously,
it was pretty good. It was fun to see some actors in it, like the detective who was in all the Nightmare movies. John, and then Margot Kidder was cool to see her, but man, she did not pass, at least for me, as like a sorority girl. No. That woman looked like she'd been drinking hard for 25 years.
Yeah.
She looked pretty rough in this movie.
She looked a little
better in Amityville, I thought.
I thought she looked way better in Amityville.
Yeah. And I think she was younger in this one. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then obviously at the end we realize that there probably still is a killer out there.
Yeah.
This is hiding up in the attic.
This is one of the first movies in the 70s where you don't find out who the killer is. It's still up in the air, like who was the killer.
I mean, they didn't make any sequels.
Yeah.
So
you'll never know.
We'll never know.
It wasn't Peter because he died. And it's up to you to figure it out. We just don't know. It's just some crazy guy that's stalking them, lives in the attic of the house.
Well, that concludes Black Christmas, I think.
Yeah.
And our
we'll never know who the killer was.
Christmas series of Christmas horror
that was
movies
fun.
for December.
It was fun.
Yes. So yeah. You guys watch anything this week?
I did.
What?
Uh-oh.
I watched Annabelle Creation actually on the plane back.
Oh, was that any good?
Or the plane there actually. It was pretty good actually. It was definitely there was a lot of creepiness to it because there was like a lot of like little girls like with that shit kind of freaks me out, like the little girls and finding like Annabelle, who's a little girl too, and they're turning into like the demon area and stuff. But it was definitely some creepy stuff, and I do recommend seeing it. I thought it was good. So Yes, it was a good movie.
You watch
Creepy
anything,
stuff.
Rob?
I watched. It was called A Christmas Horror Story. It's the one on Netflix.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
what's
good
that?
things about that.
It was actually pretty good. I dug it. I thought it was really cool. It's like an anthology, but all the stories are kind of tied to themselves. But it was really good. I liked it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I actually put that. I downloaded that on my phone, but I didn't have a chance to watch it. So I'm gonna maybe I'll time watch it this week along with Silent Night, Deadly Night.
I watched. I rewatched a few episodes of Ash vs. Evil Dead season 1 since it's on Netflix, and while I was doing a couple things, but then on Christmas Eve, actually, we got home and me and Shannon watched Christmas Vacation, but then she fell asleep. So after Vacation, I watched Incarnate. It was on.
That's the
Aaron Eckhart.
Aaron Eckhart. It was like a WWE movie or something.
Well, yeah.
I heard. Yeah, it was produced by WWE,
and also by Blumhouse too. It was. I just had recorded it off of. I think it's on Cinemax, and so it was pretty good. Aaron Eckhart is like. He's not a priest, but he does exorcisms from a scientific standpoint, and yeah, this kid possessed, and it was pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So if you have Cinemax, watch Incarnate. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Shit.
Heck yeah. Good movies. We all watched something.
Well,
with the hustle and bustle of Christmas.
Yeah, we'll get something started next week to start off 2018 strong. Like as maybe we'll do the cannibal thing. We'll discuss it a little bit more. And as always, we do post morning of what we're doing, so you have that day to watch the movie. Or just whenever, because you can listen to this shit whenever. It doesn't have to be live. So get off my case.
No, I'm just saying that it would be better if they knew. But
well, we will announce it once we know. Maybe it'll be like 4 days beforehand. So
we could announce it in the group.
Yeah, and on the page.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Well, and I guess if you're a listener, you should be a part of the Cult Classic Horror fan page and the group.
Exactly.
The group is pretty active. I mean,
very active.
There's always something going on in the group.
They must be keeping it on lockdown, the moderators. We have like 3 moderators now because it's staying at about the same membership level. But I know when I used to run it and not moderate it, there were like hundreds upon hundreds of new members a day.
Mm-hmm.
And and now they keep it's almost pretty much the same. So I think it's a combination of them slowly approving people and then banning people at the same time.
Yeah. We don't want spammy non-horror fans in there. So hey,
exactly. So
weed them out of there.
Check that out. Check out the group on Facebook, at CC Horror on Twitter, at CCH Podcast on Snapchats, at Cult Classic Horror on Facebook and Instagram. Follow us at Danny Bonin, at Scotty Bonin, at the Rob at the Rob
_CCH podcast.
At the Rob _CCH podcast on Instagram, or the Rob O'Neill 1986, or the Rob 1986.
Or if you're in the group and you see my Facebook on there, you can always just send me a friend request. That's usually what I'm on. I hadn't really been hanging out on the grams that much lately.
Nah. Mm-hmm. And ever since I reprimanded Rob about Snapchat, he hasn't really been on there either.
Well, no, because you yelled at me, and now I don't want. Now I'm just gonna take my ball and go home.
That's because no one cares about your son's dentist appointment on CCH Horror.
They could. You don't know.
or your drive to the store while bumping Wu-Tang.
Okay, it was Montel Jordan. It wasn't Wu-Tang.
Oh man!
All right. Well, that concludes this episode. So join us next week.
It's been a good Christmas, guys.
Yeah, we'll announce what we're doing. Have a happy, safe New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
We'll see you next year.
Yeah. Oh,
thanks
about that.
for joining us.
Later, guys.
Later.
Don't you blame the movies. Movies don't create psychos. Movies make psychos more creative.
Oh, yes. There will be blood.